This is Rover Red. Welcome to the Otherwhere. If you would like to help Rover Red survive her perilous journey, please go to roverredpodcast.com/vote. You could submit your suggestions, vote on what Rover Red does next, or join the Rover Council. The Rover Council is free to join, and they receive access to 3 unpublished prequel episodes of Rover Red, as well as special polls hidden on secret, password-protected pages. They act as Rover Red's collective unconscious. Rover Red is completely reader-guided, so make your decisions carefully. Leah and Nightshade watched as the Rover field office collapsed.
You said Slade did this.
Yes.
Why would he destroy a Rover structure?
Slade, or anyone else in power at the Rover Fortress, would destroy anything to accomplish his mission.
Even if it meant sacrificing Rovers?
What are a handful of Rovers to peace and prosperity across the Otherwhere?
Why would... Okay, how would killing Rovers help Slade bring peace to the Otherwhere?
That would depend on Slade's end goal. Without knowing, it's impossible to make a correct deduction.
Everything was so much easier before Ricketts took Jonah.
Leah, the Rover Council has made their decision.
Okay, what are we doing now?
The Rover Council would like for you to have Evie read you the Book of Rover while you travel to the Colosseum so you'll know how to fish for information on Jonah.
He's gone, Evie.
It would seem that way.
But they want us to go back to the Colosseum? To do what? To get myself killed asking about Jonah?
Again, it would seem that way, yes. I will remind you that there is a 0.0005% chance that your brother is still alive.
Oh, I'm well aware of the odds. What is there for us to do at the Colosseum, though? Jolene already tried to kill us once. Twice, if you count the golden apple.
As always, I do not understand the Rover Council's decision. I do know that a certain faction banded together to ensure that their option won during the last moments.
I wonder why. Can you tell me anything else about their decision?
I cannot.
Read me their decision again.
Have Evie read you the Book of Rover while you travel to the Colosseum so you'll know how to fish for information on Jonah.
Okay, let's get going then. Nightshade, you run ahead and make sure we don't run into anything.
Leah smiled as Nightshade melted into a black puddle and disappeared into the night. I don't understand how you can trust Nightshade.
Seems like Nightshade and the Rover Council are the only things I can trust. Let's get started.
Get started?
Start reading the Book of Rover to me as I walk, paying special attention to the conquest sections. The council wanted us to be prepared to talk to Jolene, and it's going to take us a few days to backtrack our way to the Colosseum, so let's use that time to prepare.
Beginning playback of sections pertaining to Conquest. Although it is unclear how Conquest was able to refine silt into a usable form, it is clear that Speaker Prime was the one that showed them. This refined silt is colloquially referred to as slime as it resembles such. It is important to note that all Conquest technology uses this refined silt as a power source, which is why most of their larger machines are coated in a thick layer of it. This slime is not to be confused with the mucus that coats mule robotic units. That mucus not only acts as a protective barrier against silt, as well as making it hard to be gripped by anything that would attempt to do so, but also provides a biolock on the mule that prevents citizens of other provinces from using them. As a rover, you should always be aware that where there is... Leah took shelter in an abandoned building as night began shifting into day.
Hi! Did you find any bad guys? That's okay. Maybe next time.
Nightshade arched her back and hissed before melting into an unmoving dark puddle.
Evie, what's wrong with...
Slowly, a shape emerged from the dark puddle. Leah could only stare at it with her mouth open. Leah... It's a cake.
Yeah.
It's a cube-shaped cake with crisscrossing lines that go around the sides.
Yeah.
The cake is a lie.
No. I mean, yeah, it's not a real cake, but it's not a lie. I've seen this cake before.
This exact cake How?
At a birthday party in the compound.
Interesting. Is Nightshade accessing your thoughts?
I don't think so. I wasn't thinking about Jonah's birthday party.
Are you sure?
Yes, today is Jonah's birthday, but I wasn't thinking about that.
Leah reached out to touch the perfectly black cake. As soon as her finger touched it, the cake collapsed back into a puddle, and Nightshade returned to her cat form. Interesting. I suggest you get some sleep, Leah. We made good progress today, both travel-wise as well as education-wise.
Right. Okay.
Leah closed her eyes, and Nightshade melted back into the dark puddle, creeping down to her boots where she stayed for the rest of the night, occasionally forming into odd, jumbled shapes. The cake again. A shoe with a necklace inside. A smiley face. Leah awakened to darkness, sitting up so suddenly that she kicked Nightshade.
Oh, sorry, Nightshade.
Leah, what startled you?
I think I had a nightmare, but it was different.
How?
Strange. Everything was in varying shades of black and gray, like shadows. I saw shadows of the field office collapsing. Then I saw shadows of Nightshade and I walking away from the building.
I don't understand why this is upsetting or frightening.
The building was between myself and this rock outcropping. As Nightshade and I walked away, a shadow detached itself from the outcropping and began to follow us.
I'm sure your stressed mind made that up. You know that Slade is somewhere out there. I doubt he's that close, but I cannot be sure.
This didn't feel like a dream. It felt like a vision?
A vision?
Yes. Search the Book of Rover for any mention of a vision like I had.
Searching. No mention found.
Silt.
There is mention of a Rover prophecy, though, delivered by Speaker Prime.
Read it.
Unfortunately, the majority of the prophecy is missing. It is said that shortly before Speaker Prime was imprisoned by Conquest, she split the prophecy into 5 shards. Using the silt, she distributed 4 of the shards across the Otherwhere, placing 1 shard in each province. The 5th shard of the prophecy stayed with the Rover Fortress. It is said that her goal was to use the prophecy to unite the Otherwhere if it ever shattered. So far, there is no mention of the location of the other shards of the prophecy.
Wow. What prophecy shard does the Rover Fortress have? Or do I have to travel there to find out?
You'd have to find the other 4 shards to complete the prophecy, but I can give you the shard the Rovers are in possession of. It's in the Book of Rover, after all.
Don't give me that. I'm having you read me the Book of Rover. Which shard does the Rover Fortress have?
The shard the Rover Fortress has is as follows. A brother and a sister, both speakers of natural and unnatural origin, will come together to find...
To find what?
You'd have to obtain the other shards of the prophecy to complete that.
Silt. Okay. Maybe we'll go find those after we do what the Rover Council suggested. Let's go, Nightshade. Start reading, Evie.
As Evie read from the Book of Rover, Leah and Nightshade left their shelter and walked through the darkness towards the Colosseum. Hello, loyal listener. The following message is for those tuned into the Project Nightlight feed. You are amazing. This next message is for those of you who are not tuned into the Project Nightlight feed. You are terrible. If you would like to cure your staggering case of terrible, please visit roverredpodcast.com/support. Alternatively, you can continue to be terrible. Goodbye.
Nightshade, hide in my suit. I don't know how Conquest citizens will react to you. Nightshade.
Nightshade melted into a puddle and slid down the back of Leah's suit as she approached the Colosseum.
Why are they so quiet, Evie?
I am unsure.
Do you think they know I started the war?
They may not even be aware that a war has started. I would keep that to yourself for now. Leah approached a man that was staring at her.
Hi, I was just recently here and was wondering why everyone seems so...
The man's upper lip curled back. Don't speak another word to me, Rover. He turned and walked away as a crowd began to form around Leah.
Did I say something to upset them?
Not that I'm aware of. This is... peculiar. Leah looked around the gathering crowd, searching for the correct words.
Hi, I'm here to see Joe.
A young boy darted out of the crowd and grabbed Leah's hand, dragging her away from the people and towards the Coliseum.
Hey, where are you taking me?
You're in danger, the boy said.
In danger of what?
The boy looked back at her as if she were stupid. Everything, he said. And everyone.
What is he talking about, Evie?
I am unsure.
Stop. Tell me where you're taking me.
The boy looked like he was about to cry. Don't you know what they're saying about you? Don't you know who you are?
I'm Leah. I'm a rover.
The boy let out a clipped laugh. Yeah, he said. You are Rover Red.
Evie?
Rover Red is a designation used by the Rover Fortress for declared enemy rovers.
What?
Duty requires that all rovers must refuse to offer aid of any sort to Rover Red.
No.
Any rover that offers aid will be executed by silt bath immersion. Any rover declared as Rover Red should be taken into custody and delivered to the Rover Fortress for immediate execution.
Silt, why was I declared Rover Red?
Slade must have done it.
Wouldn't you know if Slade did something like that?
No. Anyone declared Rover Red, who also had a communication device, would be blocked from receiving or transmitting from that device.
Even to the Rover Fortress?
You can still communicate with the Rover Council or the Rover Fortress.
Well, I guess it could be worse.
The boy grabbed Leah's hand and jerked her forward again.
No! Tell me where you're taking me first.
The boy looked around to see who was watching them before he spoke. You're Rover Red.
I guess I am, but what does that have to do with anything?
Well, the boy said, that means Conquest citizens are supposed to report your location to those in charge.
Is that what you're trying to do?
No, the boy said. Being Rover Red means that you are outside of the system. It means we can trust you. It means that you can help.
Help with what?
Jolene, the boy said.
I'm here to see her.
Yes, the boy said. Just talk to us. The others can show you better than I can.
Who are the others?
The boy shrugged. We're Dead Life.
Oh, I know who you all are. Dead Life is a splinter group operating within the Conquest citizenry to bring about the open exchange of silt technology to the other provinces.
Very good, Leah. The boy shook his head at her. You're strange, lady. Dead Life is about equality for all people within Apocalypse. We want everyone on an even playing field.
What does that have to do with me, though?
The boy cocked his head to the side. Aren't rovers supposed to be the future of Apocalypse?
Yes, but... Yes.
Good, the boy said. So you'll help.
Let me think about it, okay?
The boy sighed and his shoulders drooped low. Okay, but I want you to at least see something.
Fine.
Leah allowed herself to be led around a corner and down several dark corridors before the boy stopped in front of a door. You don't even need to go in, the boy said. He looked exhausted as he motioned to a missing part of the door. Just look.
I will.
Leah stepped up to the door and looked in. The room was much larger than she'd expected. Inside, machinery ran an assembly line. On the lines were hundreds of golden apples. They would move afoot. A spigot would deposit a single drop of inky liquid that quickly absorbed, and then the next would arrive. Children stood on either side of the assembly line, positioning the golden apples just so beneath the spigot. Leah took a step back and turned around.
I don't understand.
The corridor was filled with children. You did this, the boy said.
I didn't do this.
The boy looked like he felt sorry for her. You started this war. Now that it's coming here, we have to work in weapons manufacturing and refining silt instead of trading in the market or cooking in the kitchens. Do you know how many children will die before the first salvo of this war is fired?
I'm sorry. I was trying to save my brother. I was trying to save—
Leah's voice quit as she looked at all the children gathered around her. This is dead life, the boy said. We are dead life. Go talk to Jolene, and when you finish, decide if we're worth helping. Some of us will still be alive when you get back, but not all of us.
Silt.
The crowd of children parted so Leah could exit the corridor.
I don't know what to do.
Regarding?
Regarding any of this. This is too much for me. I can't handle this. I can't handle all of this. Read the message, Evie.
Hello, Leah. In the Province of Death, not the most inviting title, is it? There is an oracle. This oracle can help you. While extremely risky, it is possible you could pull it off. They can help you track down anything, including the firewall key. If you know where the key is, you also know where Slade is, and can plot your path accordingly. As far as the elephant in the room, you never saw Jonah's body. This oracle could clear this up. Don't get your hopes up, but be warned. The oracle wants something in return for the services they provide. No one knows what. Be ready if you take this advice. This oracle does work in a province called Death. Anyways, best of luck, Leah. We're in your corner. Scarlet.
I never did see Jonah in the skyscraper. Alive or otherwise.
You did not, although all signs appear to indicate he was being held within.
Right, I get it. 0.005% chance he was alive. I understand. He's gone. He's dead, and I'm all alone out here. I understand. I'm going to do what the Rover Council wanted me to do, but if they aren't right about this, I'm going to start ignoring them.
I think that is a good, logical choice. I would approach the first adult you see and ask to be escorted to Jolene.
Right.
Leah saw a person she recognized, the woman who initially claimed to be Jolene the first time she visited the Coliseum. The woman was ecstatic. To Jolene, I assume? The woman asked as soon as she saw Leah.
Lead the way.
The woman beamed at Leah as they walked. You really did a wonderful job with Ricketts. Destroying Jolene's main opposition was good enough, but allowing Ricketts to get off that message first was a masterstroke. With war declared, we can now annex this entire region as conquest, and no one, not even famine, can do a thing about it.
Yeah, I'm just so helpful.
The woman bobbed her head as she spoke. Jolene is in the water room. I have a feeling that she'll be interested to see you again.
I would imagine so. It's not every day that someone who was supposed to die twice returns to meet the person who attempted to kill them twice.
The two walked in silence through the Coliseum, Conquest citizens staring at Leah the whole way. They stopped outside of a massive door that was painted blue. Enter when you're ready, the woman said. Jolene requested that if you made it back alive from the skyscraper, I should inform you of several things before meeting her.
Okay.
Those things are as follows. 1. You will be required to stay on the Coliseum grounds for several days, at least until we know that we can smuggle you out of the city without being detected. 2. While here, you are free to move about as you like. You can catch one of our events at the arena. You can dine with Jolene. You are even free to compete again if you so wish. Anything, really. 3. When the coast is clear for us to smuggle you out of the city, we will provide transport for you, and you alone, to the province of your choice. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
The woman left Leah alone in front of the massive door.
Okay. Here goes, Evie. Let the Rover Council know that I'm going to bargain for any possible information about Jonah first, but then I'll be open to suggestions about what the Rover Council wants me to do or where they want me to go next.
Message sent. Leah pushed open the doors before her. Inside, she caught her first glimpse of the water room and Jolene. Someone else sat beside Jolene.
Jonah?
This was Rover Red. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Your suggestions and votes will determine Leah's future in the Otherwhere. That website, one last time, is roverredpodcast.com/vote. Vote wisely. Rover Red was produced by Bloodworth Creative, starring Madison Martin as Leah, and written by Christopher Bloodworth. If you enjoyed Rover Red, please rate and especially review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you found us. Reviews are important because they keep us on the charts where people can find our show. Rover Red is supported by you, our listeners. For more information, visit our website and click on Support Rover Red in the upper right-hand corner. We couldn't make Rover Red without you. Thank you so much for listening.